Sweeping education changes in Indiana have local school officials scratching their heads.
The last session of the Indiana General Assembly passed laws that include vouchers, charter schools, performance-based teacher pay, limits on contract language, and more.
And now it's up to local school systems to figure out how to put all those changes in place. Our Education Watch 10 News 10's Mike Grant reports local officials are feeling frustration because the changes come with very little direction.
These may be the quiet days for students at Washington, but it's a hectic time as preparations are underway for when those students will return to class. School Superintendent Bruce Hatton says massive changes by the General Assembly are leaving school administrators with a lot of problems.
Now, we are looking at some very significant changes, and how we're going to address those or approach those is still to be determined.
Hatton says the State Department of Education has also been short on answers.
The questions that we ask of the state, and sometimes their answers are not as direct as what we would like.
Summer vacation for the students began just a couple of weeks ago here, but the beginning of the fall school term is less than 60 days away. That means that school officials are going to have to figure out a whole lot of changes in a very short period of time.
The whole thing has been a philosophical argument that's been way short on practicality, and this is just the practicality lacking.
So without the State Department of Education stepping up to provide guidelines for schools, the big education reform in Indiana will have to get sorted out by local officials. In Washington, I'm Mike Grant, News 10.
And many rural schools say funding cuts now leave them with an expectation of producing better test results while operating with larger class sizes and fewer support programs.